Hey everybody, welcome to this Monday edition of Get Ready With Me. If you're returning, welcome back. If you're new, welcome. I talk a lot about mental health on here, and that's pretty much what I'm going to be talking about today. But woman beater disclaimer. Yes, the woman beaters are at it again. And that's all I gotta say. Okay. So, I've been getting messages like in my inbox, like on TikTok and YouTube, and people are responding to things that I've posted, and they're thanking me for being open about my mental health. To me, it's just something that I live with, and everybody else talks about their shit, so I'm just kind of like talking about my shit, and I think the reason it is important to talk about it is because there's so much mystery and stigma surrounding mental health. And there's a lot of injustices going on in the mental health industry. They're getting away with a lot, and they are messing with people's lives and their livelihoods and their confidence, just because they have a program to sell. So, that's why I do it, you know. I think when people say we have a mental health crisis, they're really saying we can't just grab people off the street and lock them up. No, the crisis is what they're doing to the patients. Now, there's a lot of good mental health treatment out there. There's one hospital I go to in particular, and I don't agree with like the liberal politics of the place. But overall, every time I leave there, I feel great. I feel validated. And they have a coffee machine, so that's something you might want to look into. There's a Christian facility in the area, and they don't allow coffee, and there were all these rules, and they pretty much starve you in there. So I go to this like other hip. I go to the hip hospital, where it's like more like going to camp. So yeah, that's why I talk about it, guys, because people need to know that if you're having some kind of crisis, that check yourself in somewhere. I'm a big advocate for that. Normalize going to the mental hospital as you would the regular hospital, because the more people who get involved, the more people are going to see, and the more things are going to change. Now let's talk a little bit about Marsha Linehan, and this might sound a little judgy. It's just an observation that I've made through like reading about her stuff. Now, she was diagnosed with schizophrenia like way back in the day, and back then I think that was pretty common to be diagnosed with that if you were like hearing voices and seeing things, which is what I have when I'm psychotic. And it sounds like she had like a horrible time there, and they put her through ECT, and she did not find the treatment to be helpful. But schizophrenia at the time carried a stigma. I don't think it really does that much anymore. I think the treatment is, I don't know. We got a few of them that come in and return bottles, and, you know, they're part of the neighborhood, guys. Yeah, what if, I'm just asking, what if she was so ashamed of her hallucinations and this psychiatric stigma that she went through, that she decided to make it so people with this personality disorder, this borderline personality disorder, are just mimicking psychosis? You know, it's almost like she didn't want to admit that she was having psychosis. So she created all this bullshit, and